thank you very much. Actually, a lot of very innovative ideas in Chess Palace. But my question is not going to be so much about that as much as it is about your playing. A few years ago, you were appointed or elected as a UN ambassador for equality of the sexes in general. And in your life as a player, you never played in women's only tournaments. Your sister Susan, on the other hand, played in women's tournaments. What do you think is the value of women's only tournaments?
I see, I get immediately a provocative question. Thanks, Sunil. But of course, it's a question I get very frequently, and there are a lot of debates. We are going to hear some research also on this. I think simply, well, my life was clearly the path that the way I grew up. It was very natural for me not to compete in women's-only competitions, apart from very few ones, the 2 Olympiads, and one more under 16 girls. And I feel very fortunate for that's how my parents raised me. I believe that women-only or girls-only tournament, probably it has a motivational aspect for girls. But I don't think it's a good idea to have open events for kids and to have girls' events. I think there should be 3 kind of categories then. Let's have girls, boys, and mixed events. Because I think for girls it can be very demotivated events. At least some girls who are more motivated, it can be not so good for them. And also, of course, which I expressed some months ago, that I'm not sure it's a good idea to have the women's titles. Because, of course, every human being, or most of us, we want to put less effort if it's enough. And this is the biggest problem, I think, for girls, that they are not challenged as much. And also parents, many times, they don't expect them to be doing so well as boys, just as well as teachers. I think there are many great teachers out there who want to motivate their girl students. But I like to say this comparison that if you have a 7-year-old talented girl and a boy, then most likely with a good teacher, you're going to say to the boy, wow, you're so good, you can be Magnus Carlsen. While if there is a 7-year-old girl who is very talented, and let's face it, we cannot say how talented they are. What we can see is that they are very much engaged, the way they look at the chessboard, the way they react when they win, the way they react when they lose, the way they express themselves. Then a coach might say to the girl that, well, you're so talented, you can become a women's world champion. But in reality, it's similar than if for a talented boy you say you can be a Nobel Prize winner, while to the girls you would say and inspire, you will have a PhD. Of course, both are great, but immediately you put a lower level of expectations and lower belief that you do towards the girls. So I think that's very important. It's already great that there are a lot of talks about it. And I do hope that, that girls who have more motivation to challenge themselves, they are going to be supported by the parents and the coaches as well.
Okay, next question.